A 1-0 win, a very deserved win, I thought, for Man City tonight.
Brilliant. Dog-eared display as well, had to be. I think you saw we were out on our feet last 20 minutes. Old stories, you turn up before the game and you're expecting to see some healthy bodies, and I'm met by Scott Wilson in the dressing room just shivering. He looks really feverish, doesn't look well at all. I asked him if he was okay. Obviously he wasn't to the eye, and he wanted to play. He said, no, I want to play, I'm going to play. And I made the decision not to. I'm not going to, especially what's happened to us this year, I'm not going to put a player's welfare in jeopardy, because when you're that ill, and he was ill, it puts real strain on your body, and I wasn't going to put him through that. So we lose Scotty. He's in great form as well, great goal scoring form, playing every minute of every game. The good news is obviously Elliot Freer passes a fitness test tonight. And then Danny Greenstade, who hasn't trained at all, so that was a roll of the dice, if I'm being honest. We stuck him on the bench. Needs must near the end had to stick him on just to shore up that left-hand side with Elliot. But overall, a really good performance, obviously, to go 1-0 up in the game. Nice for Cody to get back on the score sheet. And then the game sort of flipped, didn't it, tactically. They came in early. They came for a point, sat in. We had all the dominant possession with territory, areas. God knows how many passes in the first 15 minutes. And then when we score, obviously they get on the front foot and go aggressive in their 4-3-3. I have to change it then and go to a back four in the second half, and then go back again to a back five. Really enjoyable for a coach to do that in a game. The boys needed a hand, but they're the ones again that go out there. They're phenomenal. Honestly, I can't praise this group enough. The travel we've gone through and the strain on their bodies just over the last week, even to go to Slough and then go to Dover as well. And obviously 7 points is such a pleasing tally from 3 games and 3 clean sheets in a row as well. And I think it's just under 2 points per game since Christmas. That's wonderful form. And all we're trying to do, Mark, is here and now, if I'm being honest. I don't know what the results have been tonight. All I knew is last night we couldn't affect Chelmsford Dulwich, and it meant there was a 10-point gap, which I spoke to you about before the game. But tonight I knew if we won here and now, it'd be 7. And that's all we're doing. And we'll look forward to Worthing on Saturday.
I'll get some defensive stats for ourselves in a little bit later, but Hemel came into this having not conceded in their last 3. They held out at Ebbsfleet, so to score so early on, a finely worked goal. Okay, a slightly scruffy finish in the end from Cody Cook, but the ball in from Dan Hayfield really helped create it and get the goal scorer back on the run.
Well, it's a diagonal pass first. We work on that a lot, so we get our wing backs high and we go from out to in on the angle, and it's a really hard technique, because when I think it's Chris Lyons hit the diagonal, when it's over such a long area, it's really hard to then catch that on the volley and put it back across the box. You can't pick it up sometimes on the lights, but it's a really good move, flowing switch of play. I'm really pleased for Cody, like I said. Yeah, credit to Brad and his team, because they've been in really, like you say, really good form. What he's done is he's gone and organised them. He's been hard to beat. Obviously, their clean sheets they've been keeping, none more so better than what he's done on Saturday down at Ebbsfleet. So they come into this full of confidence. But certainly from the first whistle, we looked like we were really dominant in the game. And obviously we had to defend them for large spells. And I don't mind that, to be honest, because the way they are physically, it's a very small group, as you've seen. It's impossible for us to play high tempo all the time. There's going to be periods in the game where we're not going to have the ball, but we've got to work really clever, really intelligent, and really hard in those key moments in around the 18-yard box. We've got a goalkeeper at the moment that's very clean with his handling, so when the shots did come in, his handling was terrific. The one save he's pulled off, obviously up the top end there, was wonderful. Really good save that he's turned around the post. And in front of it, I spoke about him before, the back three are building the relationships really well. Wing backs are doing jobs. But right through the field, again, I'm saying the same things every week. It's a good group. They're working hard and they look a good team.
Defensively, 9 clean sheets this calendar year, 3 clean sheets in the league in a row for the first time since April 2019. And the other thing I found out was the last 17 matches in the first half, the only game we conceded in was against Ebbsfleet, and all fell apart. So concentration levels seem to be good. I mean, defensively, is this the best you've seen since the likes of Rains, Batten, Cundy and Straker?
I talk about them a lot that year when we finished in the playoffs against Wildstone. That was we played a back 3, if you remember, and that was a really good unit, and we had a good goalkeeper in behind as well in Ryan Clark. This is the best goalkeeper since him. And like I said, they're building relationships now. We sort of fell on the back 3, didn't we? Because we had to, because of what bodies we had. And I got to say, the Ebbsfleet game where you say we fell apart, we did fall apart because we had 3 injuries in the first 17,
that was 18, what I meant by the fall apart.
Yeah, first 17, 18 minutes, literally, we were falling apart, our bodies. So, and look at them tonight, Mark. Honestly, they've got such a desire, such a will to win. Clean sheets are wonderful. Any manager and every coach loves clean sheets because it gives you such a firm base and it gives you such a confidence going into games knowing that we've got that resilience about us. And you're going to have to show it every game. Like I said, they're a good side, Hemel. They'll pick up points now, and I heard Brady was pushing for the playoffs, and they'll still keep pushing, but we don't talk about that. All we're talking about is here and now, and it seems to be working. We're going into games where we're not really putting any pressure on ourselves, to be honest. We're going out there enjoying it. I said to Ryan before we walked out tonight, we always walk out sort of 2 minutes before the lads. We give them their moment before, and it feels like at the moment that team. Funny you mentioned that team. Back in the day, I didn't feel as if I had to manage them too much. Of course, we do tactical stuff and we give them bits and bobs, but they look after themselves. And this group suddenly is getting that feeling that they're managing themselves really, really well, and that helps me as a manager because there's coaches out on the pitch that are helping solve the solutions. I get the solutions, solve the problems there and then. I can't really do too much on the side or change the shape like I did tonight for them, but they're the ones who have to implement it. And again, the credit goes to those players. They're not going to come in Thursday. We're going to have to give them a breather again. They'll rest up. And I can't remember the last time we were at the training ground, but we'll go again. We'll just look forward to Worthing. Really tough challenge again on the 3G. Long journey, early start, but we'll go again and we'll have a right go.
We seem to score, I think we averaged over 2 goals a game on the 3G against a Worthing side. You said you hadn't seen the results. They lost 7-2 at Hempstead tonight. So they're quite vulnerable at the back. They're involved in a lot of high-scoring games. It feels like it's going to be an entertaining one for the supporter.
Well, crikey, yeah. I didn't know that result. Wow, that is some result.
They're 1-0 up.
Wow, geez. I mean, listen, we've seen what Hempstead can do, and like I say, we were in the game against Hempstead, both games, but that happened to us out here in the home game. We could have arguably down there. We could have 1-1. We could have gone on and got something from the game. But Worthing, listen, what they are. They're a very, very good footballing side. So when they got a rhythm, what you'll have to do is try and stop that. What you don't want them to get them is a swagger. I call it a swagger and a bit of rhythm because they like to play free-flowing football. But like you say, in transition, sounds like tonight they were open. So we'll have a look at it. I'll watch it back. We'll get in tonight. This game will be gone onto tomorrow, and we'll start thinking about Worthing for Saturday, and that's all we can do. We'll affect Saturday's game. We'll go and have a right good go. We'll see what bodies we've got, and credit to those ones again out there tonight. They've put in a wonderful performance. All the over 500 in here. It might be small crowd for us, but it's a midweek and it's freezing, and there was a snow forecast as well, by the way. So I don't begrudge people staying at home tonight for sure. But the ones who did turn up, if you want to see a team that's showing the character and representing your football club in the right way, then you've seen a team here tonight on that in Bath City. So really pleased for the people that came and witnessed it. Thanks for their support, and hopefully we'll get a few to go down to Worthing and just on to the next game.
Yeah, an enjoyable one to watch as well, and we look forward to seeing you at the weekend. Well done for the 3 points tonight.
Cheers, thanks man.